Welcome to the NBA segment of the Sports Diplomat show. So, who's going to be in the NBA Finals at the end of the season, guys?
Honestly, from the West, it's going to be the Lakers. They just have such a powerful team. And I'm just going to predict from the East, kind of underground team, but I think that they can take up the challenge. The Brooklyn Nets.
All right.
Man.
No. Finish. No,
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
All right, okay.
It's your pick
I
now.
like interrupting, obviously. But, I think Miami. I got Miami again because they've been there, done that. LeBron, he's experienced now. He's kept his composure. He didn't choke again like he did the year before. He's been there, done that. He's got this, and I'm not sold on the Lakers yet. Yeah, they got talent like Howard, Nash. I think Nash will fit in perfectly with that system because he'll give it to Howard down low and Howard play defense and then Kobe. But like I see OKC coming back. With that, when the time ran out and their coach huddled around and they talked, he was stressing about how like they should get better and move on from next year. Kevin Durant played in the Olympics. They've gotten better. I say OKC will go back, but Miami wins it.
I feel like from the West, it's probably going to be Oklahoma City again. Durant is just unstoppable. One of the best players in the NBA. But from the East, I'm going to go with the New York Knicks. They really underperformed last year in the playoffs. A lot of egos got in the way this year. After Carmelo played in the Olympics, he's talking about how he's going to go back to where he's not going to be the guy trying to score 40 a night, and he's going to pass the ball around, share the wealth. Yeah, Stoudemire down low. I mean, they're a good team. They got tons of talent. They're weak in the point guard position, but they've got scorers, and they got people they can give the ball to and keep times. And I just think that the Heat are not probably my second choice, but I don't think that LeBron can do it 2 years in a row. I just think they're going to be, like, how often do you see teams win it back-to-back? It's harder to do than winning it the first time. I think that the Knicks are going to pull out an upset in the East, I guess you could call it, and Oklahoma City's going to be in the finals from the West.
I think the Knicks have chemistry problems. You don't see LeBron or Chris Bosh punching fire extinguishers after they lose. Frustration.
It's passion, man. That's passion for the game. He wasn't mad at his team.
It was stupid.
He was mad at Carmelo because I could understand.
He's frustrated because he feels like he doesn't get what he deserves. Amari is one of the best power forwards in the game. He's frustrated. They have chemistry problems. The coach, I don't think he has total control of that team. They'll be a good team, but they won't make it far in the playoffs because of that. They lack that discipline.
I disagree. They've had an off-season to work on it, get to know each other better, play together on the court. I mean, they know what they're doing now. Think about it. Their coach last year was there for half a season in the playoffs. Yeah. They're just now working in his system. It's kind of easy to learn in the NBA. It's not like learning a whole football playbook. You got tons of time to learn how to run the offense. I just think that they're going to catch a lot of people by surprise.
I just think Miami's defense is one of the best in the NBA because Spoelstra is so focused on that, and Pat Riley knows how to get everybody He knows how to get everybody together, and they'll be ready.
But I just think from the West, I'm just thinking the Lakers just because they're just a powerhouse this year. They got Dwight Howard coming in, which is going to be a little bad chemistry at the very beginning of the season. They're going to have a little trouble with him getting used to him instead of buying him or Odom. But once they get used to him, they'll have a couple losses, but then I think they'll end up better than the Miami Heat.
I think they have way more potential than the Heat have to grow. It's just that I'm not going to pick the upset yet because you never know how, like, look at New York. People picked them last year to be great, having Melo and Stoudemire. They didn't, and I think it's going to take maybe a year for the Lakers to work that out. I don't think this year's their year. I think next year, the year after, 2 years from now, will be their year to run the table in the NBA. But out of the teams you picked in the finals, who do you think is going to win it?
Lakers are just too powerful. It got to be the Lakers.
If Lakers match up better against Miami Heat than OKC does. OKC doesn't match up great against Miami Heat because they don't have Kendrick Perkins. I believe that he can slow down Dwight Howard a little bit. He won't stop him, but he can slow him down a little. So that's why I think OKC has the advantage. But if the Lakers do beat OKC, then I think they go on to win it. But I got Miami winning it. if OKC goes?
It's a tough one for me. I think OKC wins it. Look Durant's first year in the finals didn't play how he wanted to. He didn't play bad, but he wasn't the outspoken leader that they needed on the team. They didn't really have that last year. They're all young. Look at LeBron's first finals, wasn't good. Look at his first finals with the Heat. Tons of talent. Didn't perform well at all.
Yeah.
I think OKC's going to be out for blood this year. I think it'll be very difficult for them to lose in the playoffs. They know what they're doing now. And if anything's at home, I think they win any game in the playoffs at home. That crowd is unbelievable. One of the best crowds in the NBA.
Durant is one of the better players, but he needs to step it up as a speaker. He's not there as a role model yet. He needs to step up as a leader. You could see it. He always keeps his composure really high. That's what I like about him. He doesn't get down on himself. He's nowhere near cocky. You can't even say that about him. So he's a very good leader about how he performs, but he needs to say more. Like you saw LeBron grow really as a leader. How he would talk. Wade is definitely a leader. He kind of let LeBron take the spotlight a little. But Kevin Durant needs to step that up in order for them to get there.
All right. Now, a very controversial subject. Who do you guys think is the best player in the NBA?
Got to be Kevin Love, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's all based on stats and not your stature in your team. Because, they picked LeBron last year as the MVP just because everyone likes him in the NBA. He's a lovable person.
Yeah.
Even though people from Cleveland hate him.
Yeah, it's just Cleveland. That's understandable.
But Kevin Love, he was the number one in double-doubles last year. I mean, he would hit a double-double every game. Now, talking about that is pretty serious numbers to be putting up stats-wise. And he was number 2 in rebounds all year. And in my opinion, that deserves an MVP. And what do you think?
All right. If we're talking about me being an owner and picking up any player, it'd be LeBron. If we're talking about fantasy owner, I could see where you're going with Kevin Love because he puts up numbers. But nobody really cares about fantasy.
This is more MVP talk, though. I'm not saying if I'm going to pick up... I can understand picking up LeBron, but MVP, who is the most valuable player today?
LeBron James. Okay. I'm just going to ask a question. Disagree or agree? One of the fastest players in the NBA.
Raymond Felton.
No, I didn't say the fastest. I said one of the fastest.
He's quick. He's
6'8", 260. He can shoot. He's not primarily a jump shooter, but he can shoot. One of the best drivers. One of the best defensive players. He's got every tool you need. You asked for. He's got every tool. There's not a single person that he can't match up with. And really nobody can. People can slow him down, but slowing him down is saying stopping him at 25. That is considered slowing him down. So I think LeBron is just the best player in the NBA because he has all the tools around. He carried a subpar Cleveland team for all those years, and he made them go to conference championships year after year. That he carries them team, and he is really I think he's the best player. And Kevin Love, no diss to him, he's definitely not somebody you be like, oh, he's gonna be on the highlight reel tonight. He's not like that. He puts up numbers. He puts up ton of rebounds and double-doubles like you mentioned, but I think if you're talking about overall, Kevin Love's defense isn't considered great. It's not bad at all, but LeBron, he can shut down anybody. LeBron will just give you 45 minutes a game.
To me, MVP, most valuable player. LeBron's not the most valuable player. You take him out of the lineup, the Heat can win. Easy. Mm-hmm. Honestly, with no trouble against most teams in the NBA. Bosh could put up LeBron numbers any night. Wade can put up LeBron numbers. Shoot. Anybody on that team could put up LeBron numbers. They have talent. They're starting 5. Look, you got Ray Allen this year.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
Yeah, he's not. You can't. Yeah, Chalmers is great. Chalmers puts up 20 points a game. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have scores. LeBron's good. Like Kevin Love, who does he have? Nobody. Yeah. Especially after Rubio went down last year, he had nobody. And look what he's doing. You take him out of that lineup, they pull Bobcats and they win.
Cleveland's lineups.
Guess what? He's not at Cleveland anymore. Yeah, therefore, that's irrelevant.
Yes.
That's a terrible argument.
Look, what other player do you know in the NBA that can play positions 1 through 5? Point guard through center. Dude, he's played everything. In the Olympics, he was playing center. like at least 10 minutes a game because they didn't have that depth. He's the only player, and Coach Tatum said that
Olympics basketball
he is the
is
only
different
player
than the
that can
NBA.
play every position.
Olympics basketball
He's the
is
only player that can
like
play every
high school
position.
basketball.
Why would you not want that versatility? You asked for that versatility. He can play any position. He can play. He's a point forward primarily because he can dribble the ball. He can drive and stuff.
No, you just brought in Olympic basketball, and there's
But, like,
Olympic basketball is
no.
high school basketball.
No.
I don't want to hear it. No, I think-
it's not NBA. Okay, it's not. But it's still a focus. Still a focus.
Yeah, we're in focus.
yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
no. So here's the thing. Against my better judgment, I would pick Anthony Davis, but he's gonna end up being Rookie of the Year. He's
Oh,
insane.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
he's.
I
I
think-
just watch him play at the Olympics.
He's
But
got
Michael Kidd will be
again
there, too.
Olympics. It's hard to.
I think that made him a better player.
Oh,
I think
it's
it did.
better than him playing preseason basketball
yeah,
where
but
no one tries.
But he's not only a good player, as you saw in the Olympics. If you watched him, everyone immediately just loved him.
Yes, he's a team player.
yeah.
He
Even
is a
though he
student
didn't
of the
play,
game.
They said he helped him a lot.
He's
He
a
didn't play.
student of the game. He will take anything
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean,
Like he is.
I just,
You very rarely do you see rookies who will openly admit, I don't have all the skills I need.
Yeah.
I don't know. I pick him as Rookie of the Year, MVP, maybe, but you're never going to give a rookie MVP.
your comment about LeBron obviously not being MVP. I disagree because I mean he's just the best player. Like
No.
there-
If I pick MVP, I'm picking
No.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin
I
Love.
have nothing.
I-
Durant is I would say he's top 3, but I still
could
still got Kobe.
I think Kevin Love MVP. You know, he has persuaded me in this fight. I was going Kevin Durant all the way when I found out we were going to talk about this. I love Kevin Durant, great player. But then again, my whole argument against LeBron is he's got good players. Look at Durant. Westbrook scores just as many points, pretty much. I mean, turns the ball over a lot more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I gotta go Kevin Love, best player. Team couldn't win without him. That's the award. That's what it was made to be. It's changed a lot. You see people who are on stacked teams who are getting this award, which makes no sense to me at
Yeah, but
all.
it's the best
because
player in the NBA. That's what the award goes to. The best player in the NBA.
best player, most valuable player to his team. That's what MVP is.
I think is the best player in the NBA.
Well,
that's what
LeBron's
the
not
award
the
goes
best. If you look at
I
stats,
Stats
if you're
go
looking at
toward him
if you're,
completely, they go for him.
oh yeah, because Kevin Love didn't lead in double doubles, which is
Alright.
arguably one of the hardest things to do in basketball.
You're just gonna ignore defense
Exactly.
completely. Look at blocks.
Look at Kevin Love's.
LeBron is
Serge Ibaka, yeah, he gets
Leading
plenty of
block.
blocks. Does he get any credit for it? No.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant gets all the credit for Oklahoma
Everything
City.
that team does.
Yeah.
Yes, but look, LeBron is an all-around player. He's like everybody that's really good combined. He's like he's top 5 in everything. He's top 3 in a lot of things.
Alright.
He's just overall a good player.
Well, I mean this concludes this argument. I don't agree. I like your opinion, Kevin
Of course
Love
you do. Of
stats,
course you do.
but I
else
think
is
it's time to
new?
move on.
Thank you for tuning in to the Sports Diplomat Show, NBA edition.
Hello and welcome to the NFL segment of the Sports Diplomat Show. The first game we're talking about today, guys, Monday Night Football, Denver at San Diego. Who you got in this game, Drew?
I got Denver by a little bit simply because San Diego just doesn't show up every year. I mean, their preseason rankings just seem to be higher than they actually are. And Denver, although hasn't performed the way they should have, they're still going to win it.
I agree. Denver is going to win this week on Monday Night
I
Football.
mean, yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree because
Well,
Peyton Manning.
well,
Peyton Manning,
yeah. Denver, new chemistry. I think they're working well with the new Peyton Manning coming in. San Diego, not really impressing me. They lost to a 0-4 Saints team last week, which is just sad. And last year, they had the number 1 offense and number 1 defense, but did not even go to the playoffs. That is just sad to see a
I agree.
team do that.
Yeah, sorry, I like to talk, obviously. But, I mean, Peyton Manning comes in, and, I mean, this team, Denver team is really good. San Diego, like you said, they're always top, but somehow, I guess, lack of turnovers on the defense side, too many turnovers offense side. I just see Denver winning, and Peyton Manning is just, he has that in his blood. Denver.
I'm going to call San Diego in this game. Just because nobody's giving them a shot. I think they've got a lot to prove after the Saints beat them. But really, the Saints was at New Orleans. It was an emotional game. Drew Brees broke a record for consecutive games with a touchdown pass. I think San Diego, it's home. They got a lot to prove. Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback. I don't know if he has the offensive weapons that he needs to be a great quarterback.
They did lose Vincent Jackson this past year.
So, I mean, I think they have a close one. It's a close one in the end.
It won't be a blowout by any means. So.
All right, game number 2. We're moving on. Green Bay at Houston. Houston's undefeated. This is a big game. Who you got in this game?
It's hard to pick against Houston this year. I just don't see their defense letting Green Bay have too many points this year. And Green Bay, even though they should have one more win on their record, they don't. But they're still not as great as they were last year or the year before that.
Definitely. I pick Houston because they have just wowed me this year. I mean, coming out 5-0, starting the season, that's just really impressive, and I really think that they can move up to 6-0, beating the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay's going to play a lot better this week because they feel like they have to because they're not doing so hot this year. I mean, I got Houston winning with Matt Shaw. I mean, you got guys everywhere. Houston will win. It's at home. I think Houston got it.
Green Bay was embarrassed last week, up 21-3 at the half, and they lose to the Colts. Rookie quarterback Andrew Luck. Game of his career. He'll probably think back to that for the rest of his life. Green Bay got upset, and if you let the Colts do that to you, I can't even imagine what they're going to let Houston do to them. It's at Houston. The fans go crazy in Houston. They love their football. I think that Houston will really just... I think they win by a lot in this game.
J.J. Watt on that defense is going to give Aaron Rodgers a lot of trouble.
J.J. Swat's more like it.
Yeah,
he's got so many pass deflections.
And I just don't think Green Bay's defense is anything impressive, and I think Houston's offense will just tear them up.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 1 game of the week: New York Giants at San Francisco. What do you guys got in this game?
Oh, these teams are really evenly matched. New York coming off the Super Bowl and San Francisco coming off the NFC Championship game. I don't know who to pick on this one. I got San Fran just by a little bit, and I'm not confident with that pick at all.
Definitely, but both of them with solid defenses and solid offenses, so it'll be a pretty evenly matched game. And I'm gonna pick New York Giants for this one, just for the solid fact of
these two teams are very similar. How they rely on a solid run game and a defense, but. I mean, I like Eli. I like their running game. I like their defense. But, I mean, I'm going to go with San Fran here. Alex Smith knows how to take care of the ball. I think that defense is really good. I mean, Harbaugh's got him coached really well. I think San Fran wins this one.
Last week, Victor Cruz had 3 touchdown catches. Saw Sauce Nets 3 times.
Yeah.
Ahmad Bradshaw put up some crazy numbers last week, too.
Yeah, but... New York and San Francisco last year in NFC Championship. New York could have lost that game. We could have very easily seen San Francisco.
Definitely.
San Francisco, they're going to be out for blood in this game. They're playing, I mean, they, to me, are the best team in the NFL this year. Houston is undefeated. Atlanta's undefeated. But I don't think they played the schedule that San Francisco's played. San Francisco... They had one bad outing, but they've put up points this season. Their offense is ready to go. Alex Smith's playing the best football of his career. I think San Francisco wins. Narrow margin. New York could easily come out and win this game too, but I don't know. Something in my gut's telling me San Francisco is going to win it. And the big question this week, it's a really tough one. Are the Minnesota Vikings for real this year?
The Minnesota Vikings are real for the regular season. They're going to win the NFC North to me, but as soon as playoff time comes, one and done. Their first game is going to be defeat for them.
I agree. They won't go far. They might get into the playoffs, but the first round they'll just get knocked out. They're 3-1 right now. Pretty well done football team, but I just think that they won't go far after the regular season.
I think they'll win a lot of games, and then the last 3 or 4 we won't look impressive at all. And I don't think they'll go far in the playoffs at all. But I think they will make the playoffs. So that's a step for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could call that for real. I don't know, but I mean, I think they'll make the playoffs. I just don't think anything impressive past that.
You got Christian Ponder at quarterback last year. Looked awful.
Awful.
This year, it looks like they put
something in
some.
him.
Yeah,
New
they,
arm
did
on him.
something.
yeah, they've got like Tom Brady playing in Christian Ponder's jersey, and no, I'm not comparing Christian Ponder to Tom Brady in any way. I'm
Just
just
to make
saying
that clear.
it's that much of an improvement. Christian Ponder's a long way to go before that. But I don't know. I see Minnesota. They have a chance to win, maybe one in the playoffs. I really don't see them going far.
Yeah.
I could see them winning the division easy. I don't see anybody competing with them in that. They played great football, but I just don't think they have this the experience that they need on the team. Adrian Peterson's their leader, as you'd say,
Yeah.
but when's the last time he has had a full
Yeah.
season? And I don't know.
Count him.
I think if they want to go far in the playoffs, they have to limit his carries in the regular season. You can't be running him 20 times a game. It's gonna kill him in this season. He's gonna be out by week 14 at the rate they're at.
Yeah.
So limit his carries, pass the ball a lot, get some confidence, Christian Ponder, and you
Yeah.
might see them going a little bit farther in the playoffs than everybody expects. Or nobody really expected them to make playoffs. So I mean, it's a tough
It's
game.
a step. It's a
I'm
step
just not
up from
convinced
making
on their
it.
massive turnaround. I mean, this team's coming off a very bad season from last year. I'm just not seeing that turnaround.
Wait till
Yeah,
I'm judging
I mean-
week 9, week 10.
Percy Harvin though is
He's
impressive.
Yeah.
They've got offensive
Last year, he
weapons.
didn't do much of anything.
No. I mean,
So
this year
he's-
he's got
I mean,
kick return.
Huge step from last
I
year
mean,
overall.
He's a good guy. He's reliable. So Adrian Peterson's not reliable. I don't think they have the backup running back that they need.
I mean,
If they were running 2 running backs, I could see them
Yeah.
actually.
Who's their backup? Toby Gerhardt?
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you can't
He's-
run it in December,
he's not
you're
doing
not going to
anything.
be
Yeah,
very good because that's when you run the ball.
You look at successful NFL teams; they run 2 or 3 running backs. Like last night, you saw Houston. Arian Foster didn't played
He didn't play.
best game of the season, but
yeah,
Ben
they
Tate.
took him out each series for at least 2 or 3 plays. I mean, they were really limiting his carries because, the announcer said last night that he hasn't been healthy in the postseason at all, and they need him to be fresh. So they're going to limit his carries, which is what Minnesota needs to do. But lack of running the ball, postseason's going to kill them if they make it. I'm not saying they are.
Thank you for tuning in to the Sports Diplomat Show, NFL Week 6 edition.